like to take you into break down the walks even more. Now, you want to go back and study the beginning, intermediate, and advanced level of walks. You have to understand that before you can understand this and then do it. So it's very, very important to go back there and get those down pat. And this now we're doing on a very advanced level, an advanced professional level is what we do when we actually dance professionally. And the thing we want you to remember, okay, is in dancing, different from walking. Walking, we step, step. When we put one foot down, we pick the other one up. That's walking. Dancing doesn't do that. Dancing stays on 2 feet for as long as possible, then goes to another foot, then to another foot. Okay, so we call it 2 feet and release. So you stay on 2 feet for as long as possible, and then you release your foot. And we're going to try and show you some of that. We're going to break it down so that you can understand it, so you can do it, so you can really get a great feeling out of your dancing and really look good also. Now, first of all, we have to have the posture, or else none of this works. Number one is posture. Now, to do this, to feel this, what we'd like you to do, first of all, you know the posture. We create a little break in here. Our spine is straight, but it's angled forward. So now we're really going to extend it. When we take a step, everybody take a step forward, okay? And just get yourself on both balls of the feet. Not real high. Just take your heels off the ground, and you can feel yourself on both balls nice and stable. Now, right here is the important part. Okay, in other dances like ballet, the spine follows the line of the standing leg. Not so in tango dancing, okay? We actually follow the line of the back leg, okay? So if you can feel that, that also creates your break in here, and it puts your sternum over the ball of the foot or the knee. So it gives you a very straight, positive back. So we don't want to be straight up and down, or we especially don't want to be leaning back. They do that in ballroom competition, but that's a whole different story. Okay, we want to be slightly forward. So at the end of a forward movement, you can actually feel a line going from the floor all the way out through your chest plate, nice and straight at a slant, just like Stephanie is giving a real good example of that right there. Okay, so you feel this angle back here coming up her legs, straight up her spine. So this seam goes straight up there. And then so the center, her center, which is the bottom of her sternum, okay, is over the front ball or the front knee. And you see how that keeps us positive. And that projects our chest plate past the center point. And this is how we keep that close, intimate connection in tango, because we're closest up here in the chest plate than anywhere else. Okay, so first we have to have that, understand that. We are not dancing straight up and down. We are dancing at a slant. And you want to project that as much as possible. When you finish a movement, or if you're doing a back step, when you begin a movement, you'll feel an extension. You'll feel your chest plate trying to go that way and your toe trying to go that way. And that stretches you out, so you're at your longest point, okay, the vertebrae are extended, and you get a nice tall look to it, okay? So that's your posture. Now, to make us move forward, we have to keep our feet on the ground for as long as possible. Okay, Stephanie's going to do it just a little bit behind me. We're both going to go forward with that. Now, first of all, you have 2 pushes to go forward. First, you have to push off the ball of the foot to get to your next step. It moves your whole body forward. That's number 1. But more importantly, after we push off of this foot to get there, once we hit this foot, we have to keep pushing for a long, slow period of time. So there are actually 3 half counts that are happening off of that back foot. So we're having push, push, push. And it's best for you to break down the slows instead of 2 counts into 4 half counts. And then you can understand the movement a little bit better. So we go 1, 2, See that? Now Stephanie's going to do it slow. She's doing it slow, and she has those spiked heels, so I'm going to hold her a little bit. She's going to push. Now right here, for a split second, she's off the front ball, her front toes up, and her back heel's up. Okay, now we're just going to roll back and forth a little bit. See this? Right there, see that? How we roll? Now you're supposed to feel that, okay? 1, 2, If we're going backwards, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, Okay? So we're on 2 feet for the full 2 counts. Then we move our next foot, boom, and we're doing the same thing over here. So off the back foot, she's going push, 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 push. At the very end of that, she feels her line. We create line also, just like ballet dancers, but our line isn't straight up and down. Our line is at an ankle. So you can see in Stephanie, at the end, she can feel that extension right here. So her chest plate is projected, her toe is back there, so we feel very stretched out, nice, long posture. Okay? So we'll do that again. She takes a step nice and slow. Good, Stephanie, slowly. 1, 2, So when she gets done, tip of the toe of the back foot, off the heel on the ball of the front foot, extended. Then the foot comes forward and we do it again. 1, 2, 1, 2, And that's a forward movement, okay? So you really want to keep your feet on there as long as possible and practice that. Practice rolling from foot to foot slowly. 1, 2, 1, 2, Take another step, 1, 2, and do it again. So that's what the back step is doing. That's our power leg. We're pushing off. Now the front foot, okay, comes down slowly also. When you hit your front foot, most people just, put their foot down and hit a flat foot. Again, that's walking. That's not dancing. In dancing, we take our time. Same thing, Stephanie, would you do that slowly? On your front foot, you hit your heel first, and you roll slowly to the ball of the foot. Would you pick that up higher, Steph? Good. See her front toe, how it goes down slowly? So we hit the heel. And of course, when you're dancing, you don't put your toe way up there. She's just doing that so you can see it. Our toe's off the ground, and then she rolls slowly to it, and then she's on that front foot. So there is timing here too. You hit your heel on 1. You'll hit your heel on 1. 1, 2, And you'll come off your heel on the last So you hit your heel here. 1, 2, Right on that last you come off your heel, and that's the exact moment that you're supposed to come off your back foot and do your 1 and 2 1, 2, Then it turns into your pushing foot, okay? So if you're going forward, if we take one foot, would you go forward on your right foot, please? Okay. So right here. So going to it on your front foot. 1, 2, okay? That's your receiving leg. Now she goes into her next step. Now it becomes her power leg, so she pushes off like we were talking about earlier. 1, 2, okay? So both the front and the back leg have a job. The back one is pushing 1, 2, This one's landing 1, 2, Okay, so you have a very slow transition, and that allows you to feel the music and fill up the music. And another good thing that this does, a lot of people are mixed up about when to lead, and we think we're supposed to stand there and the lady's supposed to get the lead and then do her thing. That is actually not true for really good dancing. The lady has her timing. Okay, she hears the music, she's dancing. All she's responsible for doing is slows. Then the guy directs her, suggests some direction, and he can also suggest quicks and slows. Okay, so we have that nice slow walk going all the time. And surprisingly, the lead comes at the end of her slow. So if we're here, okay, most ladies want to know ahead of time where they're going, so we move in, and then we move them over here, and then we move over there, and that's walking. That's not dancing, okay? So what happens, if we're doing a movement like this, the thing we're talking about just here in the slow, okay, go ahead, Steph, I'll go with your left foot, please, and 1, 2, Good, let's do that again. Okay, leave your foot back there. And 1, 2, Right near the end, I start turning her shoulders, and then her foot will come. Okay, but that's going to be another video. Okay, I'm just going to touch on it right now. We're going to touch on it right now. So if we're going here and we're going 1, 2, if I was going to lead her, I would do 1, 2, and I turn her shoulders, and then her foot would leave at the end. So top would go first, and that's proportional. But that's another video. We'll talk about that next time. Okay, so now we have you doing really good walks going forward. Now let's get them going backwards. Now on the back one, okay, we do an extension. Remember how I was saying we have a line? Now this time on back movement, it happens at the beginning of the movement, okay? So Stephanie's going to extend her leg back, and she still has her chest plate projected forward. So she has this nice angle right here, and it also keeps us very nice and close on top for the tango. Okay, now what happens? On the front foot, she's going to push off of the ball of her foot, and then continue pushing off the heel, okay? So pushing off the ball, there's two parts to a movement. You push off the ball of the foot to get you to the other foot. Okay, push, hit. Oh, Stephanie, would you do that? Okay, stretch your leg back. Okay, now she's going to push off the foot and then land. Take your foot off the ground for a second. Okay, push, land. See that? Now she's pushing off her front foot and she lands on that back foot. That's the first push. Okay, then after the foot hits, we have our second push. So after her foot hits and her toes on the ground, now she continues pushing off the ball of the foot and continues pushing off the heel of the foot to push her onto and through her next movement. So now we have the same thing. We have a couple pushes while we're on the ball. Push, push, push. we feel push off the ball to get us to the step, and then continue pushing off the heel for the next 2 half counts, then release. So we have the same thing. She's going to reach, and she's going to push, roll slowly, and then transfer her leg. Roll slowly and transfer. 1, 2, 1, 2. So we have the same thing, that nice roll, 1, 2. Your feet are on the ground for 1, 2. At the very last second, the foot leaves into its next movement. So that's what the standing foot is doing. The back foot, on the back foot, that has to catch. As soon as she gets her ball right here, her back foot is pushing forward, her forward foot is pushing backward. So we have to have this opposition between our legs to get a nice solid feel, okay? So she braces that back foot, and for a second, and we're going to slowly go down on it and see we're going to do our roll again. See that? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now we're not going to go down that far. That was just an example. While her heel is still in the air, she's going to pick this knee off the ground, or this foot off the ground, and then go back. So here, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So the foot she's landing on is 1, 2. So as we're pushing off that one, we're staying on the ball of the foot of the back foot. We don't want to land too quickly. If you put your heel down, we talked about that in previous videos. If you put your foot down too fast, it actually throws you away from the partner and throws you way ahead of the music, okay? So if you take a slow landing, now you're filling up the music. So you go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. The other way. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Good. Okay. So there you have it. Breakdown. Like I said, practice from the previous videos before you go to this one, and then we'll continue on how to also lead this in our next video. Thank you for being with us.